Hey guys, Sean here. So I'm going to read a question from a Reddit user. I'm going to explain some of my understanding of how to answer this question this person's pondering. But it's such a big topic that I'm going to just kind of summarize it. It would eventually I can get into the nitty gritty. Sooner or later, I'll be doing more and more live streams, and then I will have people ask me questions in real time, and then I'll be able to provide information. Then I'll have follow-up questions, and it's just going to pull all kinds of cool stuff out. But in this format, I'm just going to kind of go over generally. Okay. Here's the question. All right. So Reddit user. Reddit user self Mandela effect says, I find it kind of remarkable that many old-time known Mandela effects get posted here again and again and again, like they're new. Like today, a new topic about Barbara and Barbara Streisand, the two different spellings. This has been covered many times, yet people lurking here for a long time seem to be amazed of hearing it as Barbara, B-A-R-B-R-A, instead of Barbara, B-A-R-B-A-R-A. Same goes with almost every flip-flop. Now I'm wondering, are these people having an extremely short memory span, or is something else at play here? So that is a fundamental question about Mandela effect. Why, years later, are people like, whoa, just a week ago it was Jiffy, and now it's Jif. What the hell? So it's like, so wait a minute. So in 2015, all these changes were happening for me, but it was 2016 when a whole bunch of other people started getting the changes, and then 17, 18, and 19, and yeah, you get the point. You get the picture. So how is it that there's new people years later saying, wait a minute, this just changed for me? How does that work? Okay, so yes, big question. There's a lot to answer, but like I said, I'm going to kind of generalize, summarize, and then we can get into the nitty gritty, like I said, down the road for sure. So, let's say that you are Mandela affected, and let's say you woke up to the Mandela effect in 2016, like a lot of people did. All right. So, and let's just use Jif. Peanut butter, and Jiffy turning to Jif. 2016, you had your mind blown because Jiffy never existed, and it's always been Jif. I get the hiccups, excuse me. So Jiffy, so your mind got blown in 2016 on the Jiffy Mandela effect. Now it's 2019, at least when this video is being filmed. 3 years later, somebody in the community is like, "Oh my God! Jif is different. I had no idea about the Mandela effect. I was shopping at the supermarket like a month ago and I bought Jiffy. I know for a fact it was Jiffy, and now it's Jif, and it's blown my mind. I can't believe this new Mandela effect for me. Oh my God! So how does that work? Okay, there's different versions of you, and there's different versions of that other person, and there's different versions of everyone. So different versions living in different parallel realities. Yes. So the version of you that woke up to the Mandela effect in 2016, you know for sure that Jif was it. There was no Jiffy. It was gone. You're in a timeline in 2016. You found yourself in a timeline where it was always Jif. The person who woke up to Mandela effect 3 years later in 2019, the one I was describing, in 2016 there's a version of him. When you woke up to Mandela effect in 2016, there was a version of that person that you didn't meet till 2019 who said, holy crap, what happened? I was just in the supermarket. That version of them was in the same reality as you were in 2016, the reality where it was Jif. So there's a version of them that was living in 2016 in the same physical world as you, same timeline, where Jif was it. Right? Now 3 years later, it's still Jif, because you've been on that timeline at least since 2016 from your perspective, and that other person, they're in the same timeline. They're going to the supermarket buying Jif. Whether they realized it or not, it was a Mandela effect or not to them, but yes, they were buying Jif. Whether they realized it changed or not. They might have just thought it was a label change and had no idea about the Mandela effect, but they were not buying Jiffy because it didn't exist for them. 2019. It's been 3 years. It's always been GIF for forever. And the timeline you're on is 2019. It's been GIF for you for at least 3 years, because in 2016, that's when you woke up to it, right? So now you have this new person in 2019 who's saying, oh my God, it's GIF. What's going on? And like I told you, that other person, 3 years ago, from your perspective, they've been in the GIF timeline. The GIF timeline, since 2016 at least. But they're telling you they were in the Jiffy timeline just last month when they went to the supermarket, because they were. Their consciousness was in a body, a human body, on a physical earth world, a timeline where it was Jiffy just a month ago for them. Their consciousness is now has moved into a physical human body in the GIF timeline. So moving from timeline to timeline, world to world, your consciousness is shifting all the time like this. So hopefully that sheds some light on this concept. And there's a lot more to talk about with this. But this is one of those fundamentals. Eventually I'm going to develop some sort of training curriculum, some sort of training course with really ironing out these fundamental things. Like how come somebody can wake up years later to a new Mandela effect to them that's been an old one for somebody else. So, all right. Let me know what questions you got. I love you guys.